Hi, this is Michael Rubin, and we've been talking about the Mixolydian scale in first, second, and third position. So now we're going to move on to the Dorian. Dorian is a mode, and that means, well, it's a mode of a major scale, and that means that there is a major scale that corresponds to every Dorian scale. And by correspond, I mean they share the same notes. So, for example, the C major scale is all white notes on the keyboard, and the D Dorian scale is also all white notes on the keyboard. So, in order to make the D Dorian scale sound like it should sound, you have to play blues in the key of D, or you can play minor in the key of D. So let's start by talking about playing blues using the Dorian scale. I like the Dorian scale because it's just a little bluesier than the Mixolydian scale. The Mixolydian scale is a bluesy scale, but it's fairly similar to the major scale. The only difference is that the seventh note of the major scale is lowered 1/2 step, or flatted. So in the key of C, the seventh note is B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you flat it, you get B flat. So a C Mixolydian scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C. With the Dorian scale flats the third and the seventh note. So the C Dorian scale is C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, C, which is the same notes as the B flat major scale. C Dorian is a mode of B flat major. However, I would prefer you think of it as its own scale and not think, well, I'll just play like I'm in B flat major. Think of it as though it's in the key of C. So the notes are C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, and here's where they are on the C harmonica. So let's talk about it. In the first octave, from holes 1 to 4 below, I'm trying to pull out a harp out of my pocket here. You got a very difficult overblow. One overblow. Now, I don't care who you are or how well set up your harmonica is. That's a tough note. So, for most of us, even if we can do the one overblow, we generally choose not to, because the odds of it's not sounding so good is pretty high. What most harmonica players will do, we talked about earlier, they'll play first position blues in the first octave, holes 1 through 4, using the Mixolydian scale. So instead of using an E flat, they use an E. I did a video about 3 videos ago about 2 licks that'll really help you understand playing in the first octave, first position for Mixolydian. And that's what I'm talking about. But here we have the opportunity to get slightly bluesier by bringing in the flat third, the E flat. But problematically, it's one overblow, so that's hard to do. So it also has some tough parts in the middle of the scale because it goes from A, 3 double bend, to B flat, 3 single bend. So I'm going to play from 1 blow to 4 blow and down again. In the middle octave, you're missing the E flat and the B flat until you learn to overblow. E flat is 4 overblow, B flat is 6 overblow. Now luckily 6 overblow is about the easiest overblow you can get. But if you're not overblowing right now, or if you're just starting to learn to overblow, it can be pretty daunting. Hang in there, you can do it. But basically what that means is that the 2 notes that really make Dorian, the flat third, E flat, and the flat 7, B flat, are missing until you learn how to overblow. So it is very difficult to play blues in the middle register of first position from holes 4 to 7 below. Now, even when you get the overblows, when you use them, you're automatically stepping into innovative territory, because traditional harmonica didn't use overblows. Until 1985, overblows weren't in vogue. So the moment you use them, you're kind of crossing a line in the sand from traditional to innovative. So it doesn't mean you can't use overblows. It's your choice. They're just notes. But if you want to sound like the traditional harmonica players from the 50s and 60s, you shouldn't be overblown. So I'm going to go from 4-blow to 7-blow using the C Dorian scale. In the higher octave, everything is there. 8-blow bend is your flat third. 10 double bend is your flat 7. Now, for most of us, 10 double bend on a C harp is difficult. If you're experiencing this difficulty, try on a lower pitched harmonica, like a G harmonica, and work your way up to doing it on a C. But my point being, all of the notes from the Dorian scale are available in the high notes, in the high part of the harmonica. When you listen to Jimmy Reed or other people playing high notes, a lot of what they're doing is based on the C Dorian scale on a C harp, otherwise known as the first position Dorian scale for any harmonica. So if you want to get some skill at playing high note harmonica, this is a great scale to get to work on. So I'm going to play the whole thing. Let's see what happens. Come on, one overblow. Okay, so let's talk about jamming with it. Let's think about the blow notes without bends or overblows. On a C harmonica, the blow notes are C, E, and G, and they just repeat. Well, there is a C and there is a G in the C Dorian scale, but there is not an E. Therefore, you need to learn to avoid your E notes. 2-blow, 5-blow, 8-blow. Now, in major blues, that E note is probably going to be okay. But if you're playing minor, either blues or just a regular minor song, that E note is probably the worst thing that you could hit. If somebody says, let's play in C minor and you've got your C harmonica, don't hit the E notes. So, the draw notes, without bending, every note is there except for the B notes. There's no B in the C Dorian scale. 3 draw and 7 draw. You need to avoid them. Now, there are some bends. 2 double, 3 double, 3 single, 8 bend, and 10 double. And some overblows. 1, 4, and 6. Every now and then while you're jamming, I want you to hit a C note. Let them know we're in the key of C. And hit a flat third, an E flat, 1 overblow, 4 overblow, 8 blow bend. And hit a flat 7, 3 single, the B flat, 3 single, 6 overblow, 10 double bend. Let them know you're playing Dorian. Okay, so give me a second to set up my band in the box in the other computer. Oh boy, I cannot see this. Okay. I'm going to turn this up loud. Okay. Here we go. I hope volume-wise that was all right. The bend in the box was pretty screaming there. Okay, so, I made some muscle memory mistakes, as I seem to always do. I hit a 9-blow bend, that's a flat 5, and I hit a 2-blow. I kind of did one of the 2 licks of Mixolydian first position blues. So next time we're going to get into how to use Dorian for minor, and then we're going to move on to second position Dorian. Okay, I'll see you soon.